Welcome to this week's edition of Mainely Motorsports, and I truly feel honored to be sitting up here on stage with two of young racing talent drivers out of Richmond Karting Speedway. To my left, the driver of the Mainely Motorsports, number 7, 4-year-old Owen Kafel, and to my right, the driver of the 29, sponsored by Trackside Racing Supplies, the 5-year-old Jacoby Maines. So welcome to Mainely Motorsports, guys. Is that it? We all done? You don't want no more? You gonna say, what are you gonna say? You gotta say something.
Yeah.
Alright, well last week we raced.
Let's go toad hunting!
Toad hunting. We'll go toad hunting later. Alright, last week, alright, you went up there and raced, had all the family there, all the fans, and it was a money race. Your first money race. Talk about how the day went. Was it good?
Yeah.
How'd we do in the money race?
Good.
Just good? Did you make any money? How much money did you make?
I don't remember.
I think it paid $35 to finish second, and that's where you finished second, right? But then what? Did you get a little more?
And
You didn't get no more? Yeah, somebody doubled it, didn't they?
I laughed him.
No, he wasn't in your race.
But I laughed the second place though.
Yeah. So what they did was they had the junior box stock and Jeremy Payne Designs, I believe, or I can't remember. It's Payne's Designs, Payne Designs, I guess it was. Sponsored money for all the classes, and they put up $50 to win, $35 for second, and $15 for third. And Jacoby finished second, and I told him before the race that any money he made that I would double. So instead of taking home $35, you took home $100. I mean $70, right?
Yeah.
Right? How about you?
I took home a lot of money I couldn't even count.
You couldn't even count? So how much money did you win?
A lot.
A lot? Really? So talk about your race. I mean, how did your race go?
Good. I left the field and I tried to be like DJ Shaw with keeping the lead, but I did keep the lead.
You did keep the lead? So you lapped the field. Who's some of the other competitors out there? You race against Jacoby, but who's some of the other ones that are tough to beat in the junior box stock division?
The 10,
How about Cooper Clark?
Cooper Clark's harder.
He's fast, isn't he?
Yep. I'm gonna go full throttle on him too.
You're gonna go full throttle? You're never going full throttle. What do you lift? No? Alright. So now Jacoby, who's some of the people that help you out and make it possible so you can race every week? Because you don't have a job, do you? Or do you have a job? Do you want a job? What do you want to do?
I don't know yet.
Can you drive truck or anything? Who's some of the people that help you with sponsors and support you?
Dad of Vampa.
Now Dad's got Snap-on business.
Yeah.
Vampa's got Trackside Racing Supplies,
Yeah.
right? Who got you into kart racing though? Who was the one that got you in?
Dad.
And who else?
Jay.
Jay Cushman, that's right. A lot of people don't realize the effort Jake put in. What are you, falling asleep? No. Now, how about you? Who's some of the people that sponsor you?
Austin, Jay, they don't work on the cart very much.
They don't work on your kart very much? Who does all the work on the kart?
My dad, me, and Ivan.
And Ivan? Who's your sponsors?
Pet Boys, Mainly Motorsports, and Brad Alexander.
Brett Alexander. So you do your sponsors proud, huh? How about you? You do your sponsors proud? Now you go to Beech Ridge every week, right? Who do you cheer for down at Beech Ridge? Who's some of your favorite drivers?
Donnie, Ben, and that song.
Donnie Morse and Ben Tinker. How about you? When you go to the racetrack, who do you cheer for? Who do you like to watch race?
DJ Micro.
DJ and Mike Rowe? That's it? Nobody else? Now, a lot of people might not realize that you've been a crew chief a few times, huh? How's it work out when you're a crew chief?
Good.
Where do you guys usually finish?
Second.
You never win any races?
I
As a crew chief? Who's your driver when you're crew chief? You don't know who your driver is?
No, I know I only been crew chiefing 2 times.
Who'd you crew chief for?
You?
How do we do?
Good.
We win, don't we? That's right. Why do we win?
Because you spin people out.
I spin people out. That's why we win. All right. Now, how about you? What's the next step? After junior box stock, where are we going? You want to go to box stock? Purple plate? How about, I got a job for you. Can you repair lawnmowers? You know anybody? I got a buddy of mine that's got a lawnmower that burned up. Can you fix it? Do you know what I'm talking about? How bad was it? Did you see the burned up lawnmower? Can you tell the story? What happened? He was mowing the lawn and it caught on fire, right? Now who's the funny one that tells it? Is it Grammy when she says how he ran by the pool to go get the fire extinguisher? Instead of just grabbing water out of the pool to put the fire out? Alright, so are we racing this next weekend? What do you think? What's your goals this upcoming weekend? You want to win one? Take that flag around like he did last time? What are you going to feel like when you get to take the flag around?
I don't know.
Pretty excited, I bet, right? Anything else you want to say? No, you're all done? What else you want to say? Alright, how about you? What else you want to say? Other than the fact you can't sit still.
I'd like to say, but I forgot what I was gonna say.
You've never been lost for words. So, are we all done opening the show? Can we take a commercial break?
Yeah.
Now, what are we going to go do now? What do you want to go do now?
Go toad hunting.
You want to go toad hunting? You ever go toad hunting? You want to go catch some frogs? All right, we're going to take a break, and while we're at break, us three are going to catch...
I found a little frog at my Auntie Chrissy's new house.
You found a frog?
Yeah, like this big.
All right, well, I'm not touching the frogs, okay?
I'll touch it.
This is a first. I've never had somebody that wants to go frog hunting or toad hunting, so I guess that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Take a break, and we'll be right back here on Mainely Motorsports.
Looking for something different and exciting to do on Friday night? How about real NASCAR racing at Lee USA Speedway, featuring the ground-pounding, super-fast, super-modifieds, the fender-rubbing late-model sportsman, unpredictable hobby stocks, and more. It's great family fun and excitement. Kids under 12 get in free, and there's acres of free and easy parking. Friday nights at Lee USA Speedway, located right on Route 125 in Lee, New Hampshire. Check LeeUSASpeedway.com for more information.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley's Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Not sure what brand tire to buy? Town Fair Tire has them all. Michelin, Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Pirelli, Toyo, Yokohama, Hankook, and more. No matter what size or brand, Town Fair Tire beats all the competition, even online prices. We'll also do a free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase. Name brand tires, the lowest prices, free alignment. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The Monster Truck Throwdown Tour invades the Oxford Plains Speedway. Saturday and Sunday, August 17th and 18th. Watch 8 of the biggest and baddest Monster Truck superstars, including Jim Kohler and Avenger, Backdraft, Raising Cane, and Maine's very own Monster Lobster Crustacean Throwdown, and Maine's biggest outdoor event of the summer. Plus, see the thrills of freestyle motocross and take a ride in a real monster truck. Kids tickets start at just $10. Call 207-539-8865 now to reserve your tickets. Don't miss the pre-race party with the driver. Produced by Midwest Monster Truck Events.
Well, we're back, and I just had two little buddies of mine on for a segment. Now I got another little buddy of mine. You ain't much bigger than the last two, Fluffy. Huh?
Thanks.
I mean, we did have to move you down into a lower chair, but yeah, you ain't much bigger than Owen and Jacoby. But I want to welcome Fluffy to Mainly Motorsports. He's been on before. We've had him talking about things, but I mean, I can't even beat around the bush. I got to jump right into it. How big a deal? What was the go-kart lawnmower race?
What a race we had Friday night. That was
Unbelievable,
one of the best times and quite entertaining.
Quite entertaining. I guess you guys all know why, but I mean, really though, it's this vision you guys had back in what, 2006?
Yeah.
You know, just to try to raise some money for the club and
That's right.
take care of the trails and do some of the things you do, and really took off back then. And then last year or the year before, you instituted the go-karts, and
Right.
they seem to really be taking off now. You got some different classes of go-karts for the kids, the adults, different engines, and
It's very entertaining, and we're making it make it work.
the entertaining part. For you that don't know, you might be living under a rock, don't have Facebook. I said this year I was going to do it, so we showed up once. I run it's a 375-pound class.
Correct.
That means the driver and the go-kart totals up to 375. So most of the guys all have lead on their go-karts to make 375.
He actually has false weight to make it look like he's...
Make it look like I got weight on. I think mine weighs 510 pounds. So I'm
Yeah.
overweight.
We
But
just kind of let him pass on and
do his thing. And as you'll see in some of the highlights of the videos and stuff, we did our best to be competitive, but it wears you out. And if you're looking for that, I mean, we're all motorsports fans. There's all kinds of things to do every weekend. But if you're looking for that thing that's different, over at the Saco Pathfinders, which happens to be running this, it's usually every other Friday, but the reason they ran last Friday was because of a rainout.
Rain day.
But it's every other week, and this week is the next round of...
That's correct.
And they keep points, and not only do you run the go-karts, but you still have the mowers, and
Yes.
they got some people there, yourself, have been there since the inception.
Right.
I mean, other people, some new ones, Jim Stabinsky, and there's sponsors every week that sponsor trophies, and
Right.
it was pretty neat the other night. I gave away a couple bikes
Right.
from Mainly Motorsports, and both kids, I've got messages, I got an email from one, a Facebook message from one, and both kids were very appreciative of winning, so it's really,
fun-
it's
it's
something
fun for
everybody
everybody.
needs to check out. And,
Absolutely.
and if you really want to get the most value for your dollar, you better go one of the next couple times. So as I don't know how much longer I can do that. I mean, that beats you up, huh?
Big time. Fortunately, this Friday night we had a lot of rain. We worked the track for about an hour and a half just to get ready for this event. And yes, we still had some bumps that people never knew that they were there, and they felt them at every turn.
It'd slow you right down. And luckily, I think we have hurt feelings, but that's every form of motorsports. And you got some over there, they're a little whiny and spleeny, but that's anything. So as long as they ain't in my race, they can whine and spleen all they want, But excited this Friday night again. I mean, anything special going on, or just a regular race night?
Regular races, as far as sponsors, I couldn't tell you what they are for this week, but certainly if you looked on Facebook under Saco Pathfinders, they will have a complete list of sponsors that will be set up for this Friday night.
It's $5 admission to come in and watch. If you want to go in the pits and mingle around, it's $10. Because
$10.
you have the insurance and the bracelet, just like racetracks, And you got food. The food's reasonable, and
Right.
It's such a great time for your family. I mean, you see a lot of racers from the racetracks, and a lot of people just want to, they got to check it out.
Yep.
And we're trying to put a deal together, and I don't know if we're going to pull it off, but me and my co-car owner, Mike Lux, are trying to bring Mr. Mike Rowe, what as many consider the greatest race car driver to ever come out of the state of Maine, to come down and drive mine in the heat.
Well, he had run one of the lawnmowers one night when we
he
had
ran
the
one of my
invitation.
lawnmowers and actually won the race. So
Yep.
we almost got him convinced to come down in the heat. I don't want to see him go the feature. So I think it would help because I don't practice. I run a little bit of the heat. I have to conserve energy because it really beats you up. So I figure if he ran the heat and I could bottle up all my energy for that feature, I think I'd have something for him.
Have something?
And
Certainly, the other night you were running second at one time.
yeah,
second. Or third.
I mean, when I was really, I don't have no problem telling my competitors, because that's the funny part. You know, everybody else, they keep their secrets. No, that one time when I was lined up on a restart with like 6 or 7 to go, and I was third, I literally was drooling, because I said, if I time this restart right, I'm going to go into that corner. The guy in the bottom is taking the guy on the outside. I don't know where they're going. I don't know where they're stopping, but I can guarantee you when I come out of 2, I'm going to be in the lead.
Remember, that's your sponsor is Cat on that. So
yeah.
Caterpillar, you know what that means.
Mendoza. And then I got to throw a shout out, and I can't even think what his first name is, but Mike Curritt's dad. What's his name? Geez, can't even think. But you know what? Between Mike Lux passed me water under the cautions, even the flagman threw me a water under the caution. You know, they're all looking out for me. This guy was it, because after 35 laps,
Larry Curritt.
Larry Curritt, I finished the race. I stopped next to the fence because Larry was up in the 3rd or 4th row of the bleachers with his oxygen. So I asked him to come down to the fence, and he gave me a couple of hits of oxygen, kind of brought me back. So I think we might have to work something out where they're in a race that he can be right on the fence with a long hose and throw it over to me. I take a couple whiffs. And
there you go.
But no, this Friday night over to the Pathfinders is going to be a real good time. And, you know, it's one of those things when you go to, I like to call it, when I'm involved over there, the second greatest show on earth, behind P.T. Barnum. But
It certainly is.
it is going to be fun, and you know, Friday night it's going to be it's just one of those things you'll get your money's worth. I promise each and every person that goes, you will get your money's worth. If you don't think you got your $5 worth, when you get ready to leave, you come right over and see this man, and he'll give you your money back right out of his pocket. So this Friday night over at the Heath Road in Saco, 42 Heath Road. So we're going to take a break, come back, we're going to talk a little bit about what went on over at Beach Ridge this past weekend.
Clark's Eastside Scrap and Westside Scrap, 2 of the region's most efficient scrap yards. Both locations have the latest and greatest equipment, along with large capacity scales that are constantly calibrated to ensure honest weights. Car crushing, roll-off containers, scrap metal. Clark's Eastside Scrap in Chelsea and Clark's Westside Scrap in Farmingdale. Don't fix it, scrap it.
Since day one, I've been honest with you about the RV business and offered you some great deals with no pressure sales. Today, Scotts Recreation is one of Maine's premier RV dealers. We thank you. Last month, we offered a special on 50 travel trailers, and they're almost gone. Business has been good, but I'd like it to be great. We have pop-ups, travel trailers, fifth wheels, new 2014 models, and closeout specials. The best selection in Maine at prices you won't find anywhere else.
Scotts Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Well, Pluffy, I know you traveled over to Beach Ridge Thursday night, you and your
Yes.
little entourage.
Absolutely.
And speaking of, I'll talk about it later, but I went to Beach Ridge Saturday night, and there's some great racing all the way around. Modified race, talk about that after you watch some of the highlights of the modified race, but you know, some winners, and I mean, out of there in a timely fashion. It's like anything, it's like over there, with the Pathfinders, we're out of there at 9 o'clock.
That's right.
You know, so, you know, you don't need a whole night and spend 5 hours thinking you got your money's worth. So I'm going to show you some highlights of the race action, hear from all the winners. And then when we come back from commercial break, you'll see some race action from the Valente Modified Series and hear from the top 3. And then I'll give you my take of a little of the racing. So enjoy your Beach Ridge highlights.
Dave Cameron, tonight's Roadrunner feature winner here at Beach Ridge. Dave, multi-wins going into this year and what unquestionably has been a difficult division all season. A lot of challenges. Still got to feel good to pick up another win.
Oh, absolutely. The car's been pretty good. Every time we roll it off the trailer, this is only our 5th time out. Gotten 4 wins out of 5 shots. Spent a little more time with the family this year after 9 straight years of racing week in and week in every time out. Putting every single weekend into it. We took a little bit bigger step back. Concentrated on my daughter who's racing Thursday Thunder now, trying to keep her on the racetrack. But I got a big shout out to my crew chief, Chris Knox. He made a couple of adjustments tonight, made the car come right to life. It was tough with these General tires on the running on the Hoosier rubber with the tires that the modifieds run. But I got a big shout out to Chris. He made a real good adjustment tonight. The car was pretty good, able to run the outside.
Now you guys raced about the midway point of the race car tonight. There was a lot of rubber on the track from the modifieds. Did it change the handling of your car at all?
Oh, absolutely. The right front tire was chattering the whole time. It really wasn't getting into the racetrack at all. I could feel a full chatter going down to about the center of the corner off. The right front was chattering. It just had to take baby steps and little bites running the second groove the whole time.
So let's call it what it is. The Roadrunner division's been a little bit in flux here at the Speedway this year. Is it tough to get up for racing when things are in the way they are right now, or is it still the same thrill?
Oh, no, it's still the same thrill. We still enjoy showing up and trying to put on a show and trying to pick up a win. Winning never gets old. I struggled for quite a few years in this division, running some less than perfect equipment, and this car here has been pretty good for me. This is my third year in this chassis. It's been really good to me.
So what lies ahead for Dave Cameron going forward?
We're not real sure right now. We got a couple of different options. Over the winter, we picked up a pass mod that we'd really like to get into. Gonna try to pick up some sponsorship help to try to get that on the racetrack for the 2014 season. Don't know what we're gonna do as far as that is, but my daughter is gonna be back again in 2014 in the ladies division, and that'll be a big part of my concentration there as well.
That's Dave Cameron, your Roadrunner feature winner here tonight. John Brill, tonight's Wildcat feature winner. John, your first feature win here at Beach Ridge Motor Speedway. Hard-fought win. Take us through that.
Yeah, it was a good race. It feels real good to get the win. You know, it's been a while. It's been a few years since I've won. I raced a lot of auction planes in the past, but I like it better down here. I like the people, the track. It's good guys to race with.
You've been knocking on the door in recent weeks. You've had some really good finishes in what is a very tough division. The car starting to really come to you, or you've just been catching some breaks recently?
Well, catching some breaks, definitely. We had a lot of, slower cars up front, and then just trying to get through them. We'd get tangled up, it seemed like, and it's better now. And all the guys are great to race with. You can race with, pretty much anyone, and they'll race you clean, and that's the way I like to race.
Now, just 4 races left in the season. You're kind of creeping up a little bit in the point standings. Do you have a goal set for the rest of the year?
Not really. We're back a ways in points just because we had some DNFs. I don't know where we're at. We were top 10, so I mean, that's good, I guess.
That's John Brill, your Wildcat feature winner here tonight at Beach Ridge. Here with Matt Dow, tonight's Sports Series feature winner here at Beach Ridge, and Brody Dow. Matt, take us through the win tonight. It looked like you got a little hairy out there a few times, a couple of bold moves to get to the front, but you got there.
Yeah, our car, we made an adjustment right before we went out. Lance and Randy made a final decision, and we saw the track was tightening up with the Hoosier rubber. We made a last-minute change, and it definitely worked. The bottom was awesome. We could stick right on the bottom, and a lot of guys weren't running good on the bottom, so everyone sort of filed up, and we were able to pull it off tonight.
Now, you've been one of the few cars that have been able to work the bottom in recent weeks. Is that a change that you've made consciously, or it's just been there?
We normally try to get it to go on the bottom because it seems like in this class that not every week anyone can go on the bottom. So a lot of times if it's okay on the bottom, then it's going to be good on the top. So we try hard to make sure it's good on the bottom.
Now, the restart with Reggie Lehman and Russ Morse, they got a little bit high. You made the move deep on the inside. No hesitation.
No, I mean, they both slid up quite a ways, and there was plenty of room there. And I knew as long as I got up there that, they both are veterans, and we'd be able to file out 3 wide and be all right. So I knew I had to make that move when I had the chance.
That's Matt Dow, tonight's Sports Series feature winner. Alan Tardiff, NASCAR Pro Series 40-lap feature winner here tonight at Beach Ridge Motor Speedway. Had a good run tonight. I know you had a little overheating problem during the race. Take us through that.
Yeah, no, this car's always ran hot. I'm not sure what it is. It's the second engine that we've had in the car that's run really hot. So we're going to change the radiator out and see what, if that's the only direction I can think it's going to be. That's the only other variable. But other than that, no, the car was really good. Finally got something stable back underneath this thing, and we've been struggling the last few weeks. And we took our 250 set up here, and it didn't work so well. So we went back to the basics, and car was really digging, and finally got it back another W.
You had a little bit of a comfortable lead out there, and Tyler King kind of ran you down. Did you have a little bit more left in the car, or did some concerns start to creep in?
No, I had a little bit left. One thing I didn't want to do is I didn't want to give him the bottom. If he was going to get around me, I was going to make it the best race that we could, and I was going to make sure that he didn't squeeze underneath me. And he's done a real good job all year. He's actually had a decent car every week, and it's one of them things. Hopefully these rookies, they keep their heads on, and with good pieces like that, they get a long way to come, and they'll do an awesome job like they have.
Now we're down to the last 4-point races coming up this week. You find yourself kind of in the middle of all of it. Does it change the way these guys are going to race going forward? Do you need to be more alert about the point leaders around you, or just go out there to get the win?
Oh, hell no. We just go out there and we get the win. We're out of the points. We don't come to tiptoe around people. Hopefully the points battle shakes out and it's tight to the last race like it was last year, because that's real exciting. But our game plan is get another win before the end of the year.
Alan Todorf, your Pro Series feature winner here at Beechridge Motor Speedway.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your main returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
The Monster Truck Throwdown Tour invades the Oxford Plains Speedway Saturday and Sunday, August 17th and 18th. Watch 8 of the biggest and baddest Monster Truck superstars, including Jim Kohler and Avenger, Backdraft, Raising Cane, and Maine's very own Monster Lobster Crustacean Throwdown, and Maine's biggest outdoor event of the summer. Plus, see the thrills of freestyle motocross and take a ride in a real monster truck. Kids tickets start at just $10. Call 207-539-8865 now to reserve your tickets. Don't miss the pre-race party with the driver. Produced by Midwest Monster Truck Events.
Chris Pasiak, third place finisher here in the Valenti Modified Series 100-lap race at Beechridge Motor Speedway. Chris, a good run for you tonight. Take us through 100 laps around the tricky Beechridge Oval.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's by far the best I've ever run here, so even though it's not as good as a win, it still feels good to finish in the top 3. The first 50 laps, I was trapped on the bottom, about 7th back in line and just riding around and waiting for my opportunity. Max Ackerman to 79, he slid up a little bit. I was able to get by him. And then it still was pretty good after the restart. I figured I'd follow David Pinkham for a while because he knows his way around here. And when I finally got up to 3rd, I used it up. I used everything I had to catch the guys that were 1st and 2nd. And then when I moved around a little bit, I didn't have nothing for them. I could just follow in their tracks.
How much did the track change from the practice heat in the afternoon to a little bit cooler conditions here at night? It seemed like on the stopwatch the pace picked up a little bit once you guys got past halfway.
Yeah, everybody knows the deal now. It's 100 laps. You got to run it on the same right rear. And so it's a chess game. You go as fast as you can in the first 50 and try to put yourself in the best position to have a good finish in the second 50. For some guys, that means riding around in last. That sucks. I can't do that. I got to try to at least move ahead a little bit instead of backing up. So I try to go, a little bit to go as fast as you can, not burn it up. Kind of put yourself somewhere in the top 5. So at lap 50, you got a good shot.
Chris Pasiak, your third place finisher here at Beechridge Motor Speedway in the Valenti Modified Tour 100-lap event. Anthony Masella, second place finisher tonight in the Valenti Modified 100 here at Beechridge. Anthony, looked like you didn't have quite enough left for Steve there at the end. Take us through those final laps.
Yeah, we kind of
tried to save the tire as much as we could the whole race and kind of ride as easy as I could. And car was definitely a lot better on the outside. And we knew the track was hard on the tire, so we tightened it up quite a bit coming out for the race, trying not to use up the right rear. And we were kind of a little bit too tight the whole race. Could only stay basically up on the outside. And towards the end there, I couldn't roll through the center of the corner as good as I wanted to. And that's where Steve could kind of drive it in pretty hard. And he got that run down on the bottom and just kind of ran it in and slid up into the side of us a little bit. And kind of basically a little too tight to kind of run him back down.
Common theme interviewing the top three here tonight, everybody's preaches patience. The Valenti Modified Series, it seems like everybody takes it easy till you get past halfway, and then it's pretty much game on.
Yeah, everyone ran pretty good here today, kind of. No one really banged on each other too bad. And these tires, they're kind of, it's a good tire. It's just kind of, you can't go too hard on it too early. If once you use it up, you'll draw your junk, then you're basically all done. And so everyone, I think, knowing how hard this track is on the tires, on these cars, everyone kind of, I think, tried to go as easy as they could and kind of save it till at least halfway and then see what they had from then on.
Did you have any tire issues with your Hoosier tire mixing in with the local track tire here at all?
I don't think so. I mean, wasn't bad at the beginning, kind of, and I think as we get going here, we kind of put so much rubber down, especially as the race goes on, that they seem pretty good. But our car, I mean, we had pretty good grip the whole race, so it didn't seem like it bothered them too bad.
Anthony Masella, your second place finisher here at Beechridge. We're here with Steve Massey, tonight's winner of the Valenti Modified Racing Series event here at Beechridge Motor Speedway. Steve, you got out front early. Take us through the early laps of the race, what you were thinking, and then the field was pretty bunched up behind you, but it looked like everybody was really showing some patience out there.
Yep, the first 50 laps of the race, people usually hang back, and my spotter was trying to pace me at about 4, 5, 6 car lengths away from the second place car, and I was just trying to save as much as the car as I could and stay out front at the same time. And it was kind of just like a Sunday drive for the first 60 laps until the caution came out, and then it was game time after that.
So the late race caution comes out on lap 64. Your thought process right then, did you think the guys behind you had something for them, or did you have a little bit left in the tank for them?
I knew I had a lot left in the tank because I was saving a lot, and at some points I couldn't even go slower than what I was going on the racetrack, and I was still pulling away from the people behind me. So I knew I had a lot left, but I screwed up on that restart. I let Pinkham and Nocella get by me, and I had to work for the win again.
So this is Mainly Motorsports, and the last time Mainly Motorsports was in attendance at one of these tour races, you won that race as well. So I guess we have to tell Steve Perry he's got to start showing up every week, right?
Yeah, either that or I'll have to start paying him to show up to the races because I like winning.
Congratulations, Steve Massey, your feature winner tonight here at Beechridge.
Like I mentioned back when we first started talking about Beechridge, the modified race, and I mean, I know it finished the last 15, 20 laps, and it was a great race to watch between Nocella, Pinkham for a while, and the winner Stephen Massey. But boy, they didn't. The first part of the race, everybody knew that they were conserving their tires, which I understand you need to be around at the end, but at the same sense, you need to race too. And I was standing there with Eddie Walsh, and we were looking at each other, and Eddie was like, "Are they going slow?" And I go, "Yeah, they're kind of going slow." And we were looking at the time, so. I mean, I know it's out of people's hands and out of people's control, but, I've been to a lot of, not so much this year, I've tried to go to a couple that got rained out, but I've been to a lot of MRS races, and, for the most part, they usually see a little bit more racing in the first 50 laps or so, and then they turn it on, and, so I truly don't want people to think that that's what MRS racing is all about every week, that they ride around and then, one guy dominates, and, because it looked like more domination than the other, but it really wasn't what the product usually is. And, it's usually a little better than that. And, my hat's off to them. I mean, it was a clean race, only had the one caution, and, and it's just, you can't script the race, so that's, that's a thing too, I mean, it isn't wrestling, you can't fix it, but, I mean, there just needed to be a little bit more action. Race action, I mean, I know it looks good to have, cars too wide, for 8, 9 rows deep, but, realistically, I mean, that's what some of the antique tours do, and, that's not what we needed to see, and, I'm sure that, it's all in a tire issue, they just haven't, the tires just won't last for them for that, amount of time. So, they'll get it, don't let that discourage you from going to check them out at Thompson, this Thursday, or the Oktoberfest when they're with Lee, or, wherever they are to finish the year out, because I'll tell you, they put on a much better show than what we saw there. So, other than that, it was great. Nobody tore up anything, and we were all home by 9:30, I think it was, from Beechridge. Which, one more thing about Beechridge, I got to say, and that happy half hour that Andy Cusack came up with a few years ago, where the top 5 in each class, and usually the touring series, the top 3 stay out there. You get to come out, you get to meet the drivers, get their autographs, hero cards some of them have, and those cars, you just watch those modified cars finish that race, and you got to go out and talk to the driver that just won the big race. And, that Beechridge just, really, really gets it, really does a good job. And, hats off to Andy Cusack and his entire staff. And speaking of Beechridge, if you're looking for something to do when you got kids this Saturday, get there, because it's unlimited money bus rides for the first couple hours. So usually you have to have a special ticket.
Yep.
But like you could show up this week, Pluffy, and you could get on the bunny bus. You
Well-
wouldn't have to get that. Because I don't even think you can get a kid's ticket, so you really got no shot of getting on the bunny bus every week.
I know.
So here's your shot Saturday.
There you go.
Right? So this Saturday, I think they start giving bunny bus rides at 5:15. We're going to take a break. We come back and talk to Pluff about the Make-A-Wish tractor pull ride. And it was just a really good time over there.
People always ask us, what makes us different at Southern Maine Chrysler Dodge Jeep?
The answer is we make it easy for our customers. We believe in transparency in everything that we do.
That's why we encourage you to visit our website. We provide you with detailed information and upfront discounts without the hassle.
Looking for a new 2013 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram? You've got to check them out. You can't afford not to. US Route 1, Saco.
Website or on-site?
See how we truly do make it easy.
Southern Maine Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems. Even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations, and online at scotchrecreation.com.
Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainly Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
Well, my little buddy Pluffy, he's involved in everything, involved with Pathfinders,
right,
and the Southern Maine Garden Tractor Club, pole club, that puts on this Make-A-Wish. And, it's been going on 6 years, and 6 kids showed up the first year from Make-A-Wish families. How many do you have this year?
This year was 18 plus. They had quite a
18
few.
plus, and I'm telling you, and I had a very busy Sunday because I went to Summerfest, which we'll show on an upcoming episode. So, 2 great things going on the same day. But, just to see the family, see all the people supporting it, all you volunteers, just unbelievable.
Well, really, the president and vice president, they've always said, today is for the kids, for the Make-A-Wish. And they certainly loved it. You could see them. They all had smiles on their face after you take the helmet off them. And they were just ecstatic that they were able to drive a tractor and was able to pull what they were tugging on.
Well, I remember talking, because Charlie Cole's the president, and it's
Yes.
done right at his house. And and we're going to have, on an upcoming episode, once you guys get the final figure, which is 5 figures again.
Yes.
But it's probably going to be the biggest total you've ever
It
raised.
certainly is going to be
busting
busting loose this year. Yeah.
Silent auction. But Charlie Cole, and he was telling me, one young fella showed up, and he asked, his big thing for the day was he wanted to, when he pulled his tractor, he wanted to see if he could get a wheelie out of it. He wanted to get a wheelie like they do, and You guys obliged, and he got a wheelie, and
He
it was
got a
funny
wheelie.
because he told us, and I knew which one he was talking about because I'd watched him pull it, and I was standing there with my friend Mike Lux, and next thing you know, this young fella come up and was getting a water, and I said to him, I said, "Was you just on a tractor?" He said, "Yeah." I says, "You're the one with a wheelie," and he lit right up, you know, like that meant a lot to him,
It sure did.
that somebody noticed it, and my buddy Lux says, "I think you was 6-8 feet in the air," and he's like, "I was looking at the sky," you know. So it's neat, and I mean, my hat's off to, and you know, hopefully they can get a list of everybody that participated and not only participated but the volunteers. You know, when we bring, whether it's yourself or Ernie or anybody, that we can acknowledge each and every one of you, because you know, you know, it's almost something that's unheard of in today's society. Everybody makes it about themselves. You know, but to take a Sunday and you know, away from what everybody's busy life is, and give back to, you know, somebody else, a family, a child, you know, the siblings of these childs that are sick, and you know, a lot of people do a lot of nice things. So you know, I appreciate it, and you know, you guys saw some of the action that we went on over there, and you know, you're going to see a lot more and hear a lot more in an upcoming episode once we finalize their final number on how much you raised for them. So we'll take a break, come back. Bruce thought he was just coming for one segment, but hey, today's about the little people, right?
Thanks.
Owen, Jacoby, Fluffy. So we'll take a break, come back. We're going to talk a little go-kart racing, outdoor go-kart racing.
Today's vehicles are equipped with complex safety features such as anti-lock brakes, seatbelt restraints, and airbag systems, even collision avoidance systems. Not available in all models. Hi, I'm Sean Moody from Moody's Collision Centers. We don't wish bad luck on anyone, but even with today's technology, we need to keep our eyes on the road and our hands on the wheel.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Award Champs LLC is Southern Maine's premier award supplier and official award supplier for many of the area's top organizations and events. If you're in need of an award for a sponsor, employee recognition, fundraising event, or an entire sports organization, call Todd Mead at Award Champ. They provide the best for less with competitive pricing like the big online firms, but give you the personalized service you can only get from a local supplier. When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Southern Maine Motors, out to be Maine's #1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, Route 1 Saco.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
When you're in need of awards or personalized gifts, call Award Champs, where they'll help you reward your champion.
Well, we and Bruce, I mean, we go way back. He met me when I came down here, and I'm surprised he still talks to me because, you know, he lets me, he's my guy when I got a little bit of dump truck work to do with the little one. Say, Pluffy, truck around, yeah, and I go make my small deliveries. Well, I was doing it the other day, huh?
You did it.
You got the distress call, and you'll see the picture. And Bruce's little dump truck is made to dump sideways and backwards, but you got to have it set up with all the things adjusted to dump sideways, and I dumped it sideways without having it. And I wasn't, will you tell him it wasn't my fault?
It was not your fault.
Yeah, the frame was weak and it went, but tell you what, it was scary when it went off. I thought I was in the middle of an earthquake, and it blew the back window and glass all over me. And so I hope the guy that's watching this that we were delivering to doesn't watch this and realize that he's bought sand that he's going to be putting in pool liners with, and it's got glass in it. So, hey.
Well, let's face it. We had the dump truck, and then on Friday you had panels coming off your side of your go-kart.
Oh yeah, it was a mess Friday, and
it was a bad week for you.
Well, actually, Fridays aren't bad for me because the more stuff we wreck, I sell it to people. No, I do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I sell it to people. Hey, I told them all after, hey, anybody I wrecked on, I got parts, just come over to the shop and get them, and they'll come over. I mean, they were probably all mad Friday, but they get over it Monday. I hope. If they don't, they can go and pay top dollar somewhere else, and I'll get them next week.
There you go.
At least they know it's coming. Right?
They know it's coming.
Does it make it hard for you guys over there?
No, not a problem at all.
You know what? And you know it's coming. So
Oh, yeah.
Steve's coming to race. That's just going to be controversy. But I mean, you know, I got you into go-kart racing. We used to race
Absolutely.
lawnmowers, and we went up to Richmond, and I traveled up there a couple weeks ago, and, you know, just unbelievable. Just the kids up there, and it's such a good time, and I'll never forget the day that you ended up winning, your one and only race up there, against some very talented Alex Berry, who is now challenging for a championship up at Speedway 95, so really a good time up there, and we got some highlights here, and I was fortunate enough to see some people pick up their first win. Young lady picked up her first win in the gold plate. Saw some great racing. Owen and Jacoby that were on earlier, they both raced up there. So, Richmond, it's one of those things. I know for the most part everybody's a circle track fan, but it's coming down to the end of the year, and you want to get your fix for motorsports. So it's your chance to go out and whether it's over to the Pathfinders, up to MX 207 for the motocross, or the sand drags out in Ossipee, or anything. Anything you can do. The Pathfinders, there's so much drag racing, and to get out and support it. But we just want to show some highlights of the racing up there, and we'll come back. After this, you'll see the results from all over the tracks and tours that raced this past weekend. But I want to thank you, Puffy, for coming in and sitting down with me and having fun. And it wasn't a bad week. I wrecked your dump truck. I made people yell at you at the go-kart races, and so who knows what's going to happen this week, right, Puffy?
You never know.
You never know. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode.
Monster Truck Throwdown Tour invades the Oxford Plains Speedway. Saturday and Sunday, August 17th and 18th. Watch 8 of the biggest and baddest Monster Truck superstars, including Jim Kohler and Avenger, Backdraft, Raising Cane, and Maine's very own Monster Lobster Crustacean Throwdown, in Maine's biggest outdoor event of the summer. Plus, see the thrills of freestyle motocross and take a ride in a real monster truck. Kids tickets start at just $10. Call 207-539-8865 now to reserve your tickets. Don't miss the pre-race party with the driver. Produced by Midwest Monster Truck Events.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Ewart's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Mainly Motorsports TV, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Clark's Car Crushing, providing guaranteed honest weights with top dollar being paid.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley's Saloon, owned by legendary super modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
Looking for something different and exciting to do on Friday night? How about real NASCAR racing at Lee USA Speedway, featuring the ground-pounding super-fast, super-modifieds, the fender-rubbing late model sportsman, unpredictable hobby stocks, and more. It's great family fun and excitement. Kids under 12 get in free, and there's acres of free and easy parking. Friday nights at Lee USA Speedway, located right on Route 125 in Lee, New Hampshire. Check LeeUSASpeedway.com for more information.
us fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly gleaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner